to say fans of Resident Evil are absolutely tearing the series apart. Um, yeah, this really is not going down well. Hey guys, how is it all going? So, yeah, this series has taken a bit of a battering off Resident Evil fans. um, it is getting really shit on. It really is from a fucking great height as well. Fans are not happy. That is to put it very, very mildly. um, well, I've just got done watching the Netflix Resident Evil series, and I have to say, and I feel like I'm going to be the only person on this planet saying this, or especially amongst Resident Evil fans, I didn't mind it. Now, I don't love it. I don't think it's amazing, but I didn't mind it. Overall, I thought it was decent. I thought it was good. Now, I will say this. It's set in two different timelines. So there's one set in 2022 in New Raccoon City, and then there's another timeline that jumps into the future in 2036 after a new apocalypse has happened. So thinking everything's fucked up, zombies are everywhere in this timeline. I will say all the stuff that happens in New Raccoon City in 2022, I really didn't give a shit about. It bored me. I didn't care. But unfortunately, you need that stuff for when it jumps into the future. So you need all this kind of background on everything. But I could have done with less of this because I didn't care about it that much, I've got to be honest with you. All the stuff that I enjoyed in this series was set in the 2036 timeline because that is basically where all the action is. That's where all the zombies are. That's where giant spiders are. That's where lickers are. That's where all the good Resident Evil bad guys are in that timeline, pretty much, you know. So that is the part of the series I really enjoyed. And especially in episode 4, if you're a fan of a certain game and you hear that noise, you hear it start up, and you know exactly what I'm going on about if you haven't seen it yet, I was like, no, they haven't put one of them in here, surely to God. All right, unfortunately, it doesn't last long. But then as soon as I started hearing that rev up, I was like, oh, really? Really? Because the first time I saw one of them in one of the Resident Evil games, I fucking shit myself. I was like, what the hell is that? And it took a lot of bullets to put it down, put it that way. So that was cool. And like I say, if you're a fan of the games, there's lots of nods to the games and, you know, what happened in the games. And obviously it goes back to the original Raccoon City, what happened there. And certain character name drops throughout the season and that. But you don't have to have played the games to watch this series. I mean, you really don't, because as much as it is a it says Resident Evil, it doesn't really have that much to do with the games. It kind of does its own thing, but giving us reference to what's happened in the games in the story in the past before. So you don't have to have played the games at all. Um, but yeah, I didn't mind it. But at the same time, I do get the criticisms that fans have. And I do kind of understand it because as much as I thought this was decent and I don't hate it, I would like to see a Resident Evil film or series that, like, just take us back to the horror. You know, like, set it in Raccoon City at the start of it all, in the middle of it all, but make it horror. Like, this isn't horror. This is basically more action. This isn't horror at all. It's not going to scare you whatsoever. And I did like the action in this, I really did. But then, even as I'm watching this series, I'm like, I would just love a really horror story, a horror tale. of Resident Evil, and we've just never had that. And I would love to see it. I really would, but are we ever going to get that? I don't know. Probably not. But all in all, guys, I don't think the series is a disappointment. So I would give this series about. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Because also with saying that as well, I think it does die off near the end of the season. Like, I like the beginning of the season, like the first half of it, and then there was like a couple of episodes where I was getting pretty bored, to be fair, and I was kind of like, come on, let's hurry it up a bit, But all in all, I enjoyed it. There's some really good action in this. There's some really good camera shots in this. I like the look of the zombies. They look great. When the lickers popped up, I absolutely loved that. I thought that part was brilliant. And there are certain really cool elements in this. But yeah, I get the criticisms that Resident Evil fans have for it. I really do. But overall, I enjoyed it. So like I say, it's a 3 out of 5, guys. Let me know in the comment below what you thought of it. Did you not like it? A lot of you probably don't. And I respect your opinion, and that's fair. Just let me know in the comments below if you liked it or not. And as always, guys, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you again real soon. Take care, guys. Bye now.